representing Europe, David Howell.
It so resonated with me, the emotion involved with golf. I just thought it was the best thing in the world. It's unlike any party you'll ever experience because the stress and the emotion that comes out of you, whilst also nerve-wracking, exhilarating, every emotion you can think of, really, all mixed up in one.
He is one of the great putters on the European Tour.
The sacrifice you have to make for the greater good of the team is what the Ryder Cup is all about. That's why it's the perfect sporting event.
Mighty, mighty Europe, we are Europe.
All those parts are greater than one individual, and you all have to play your part. It's thrilling.
The 1989 Ryder Cup.
Welcome to the Belfry, everyone, in Sutton Coldfield, England.
I remember watching at the golf club in '89, I think I would have been 14, with all the members. That was amazing on the Sunday, with Fred Couples missing the green at last, Christy O'Connor's 2-iron. I remember all those moments.
His second shot.
And it played a big part in my life, actually. It was my favourite 3 days every 2 years. And yeah, it led me to think I'd love to be a golfer.
And so the Europeans retain the Ryder Cup for the third consecutive year.
But once I got on tour, my overarching goal, for me, it wasn't win a major. It wasn't, become a Grand Slam champion. That wasn't my goal. Mine was I wanted to play it in a winning Ryder Cup side. That really is what drove me on for many a year. To make that 2014 was amazing, the magnitude of the whole thing. To be part of that team and look around at all these great players, inspiring, whilst also nerve-wracking because you don't want to let anyone down. And when you look around at your Clarks, Westwoods, Montgomerys, Garcias, you think, okay, you've got to stand up here. First memories of my match with Paul Casey, two rookies together playing a 4-ball on Saturday morning.
First on the tee, representing Europe, David Howell.
I said, this might be the only time that we do this, so I suggest we have an amazing time. Win, lose or draw, let's make this one of the great days of our lives.
Good shot too. That's the best we've seen.
We were 1 up through 9 or 10, and when we heard the USA, that was building up. We hadn't heard that in person before. Hairs on the back of our necks, it was amazing. Then we lost a couple of holes.
To win the hole, 3 birdies in a row for Jim.
Wow.
And we went 1 down with 2 to play. Chad Campbell, who'd done nothing all day, then hold a 45-footer out of the blue. Like, really?
This will be possibly his first birdie in 30 holes in 4-ball. What a time to get that first birdie.
Well, the tee shot on 17, really, we knew that this was going to be the pivotal moment of the morning. Told Paul, let's just hit the best shot we can right now, nothing else matters. Then I hit maybe the best shot of my life.
Looks to have turned that a little bit onto the flag. What an outstanding shot from David Howell. Every time we've seen him, he's produced something quite brilliant.
And it was left with me with an 8-footer, as this was the moment when everyone was watching, and I hit the most wonderful putt straight in the middle. And really, that was my first very, very big Ryder Cup moment.
And I think that's the first 2 on 17 in the tournament, and what a time to produce it for a rookie to square the match.
I hadn't really ever contemplated what it would feel like to win a Ryder Cup point. I wanted to play in a match, I wanted to be in a winning Ryder Cup side. But Paul was the man to do it.
The 2 young rookies win the last 2 holes with a birdie at the 17th and a great par 4 at the last.
And I remember as it went in, my thought was, goodness me, I've just won a point in the Ryder Cup. It was almost like an out-of-body experience. Been a long journey to get there, but this is what people do on the television. It's not what I do, but I had, and it was, yeah, it was an amazing, amazing moment.
First on the tee, representing Europe, David Howell.
Now I've got a point in the Ryder Cup. The confidence that's surging through me was incredible. Fourth in the list playing Furyk, and I remember listening to the television, and he picked out our game and said, I think Furyk's going to have too much for, you know, the rookie Howell. And I remember shouting at the television, I'll show you, Peter Oosthuis, I will show you. Never been more confident that I was going to play well, or so I thought. And Furyk was brilliant. As it turns out, he was too much for me, and I remember Thomas Bjorn coming along, putting an arm around me. Clearly I was going to lose, but he said, Howler, it doesn't matter, we're just about to win the Ryder Cup. So my one real low moment of Ryder Cup was, well, it just evaporated.
What a week it's been, and what a marvellous triumph it's been for the European golfers on American soil.
Well, as soon as I'd finished 2004, I was desperate to make 2006.
The 36th Ryder Cup. All the build-up, all the debate, and now the time has come. From the K Club outside of Dublin in Ireland.
I got a great start in the qualifying. I was going to make the team. And my game had gone up as well. I think I was in the top 20 in the world when we got to Ireland, expecting to play a bigger part. And I think we were probably as confident a team, perhaps, that Europe has ever produced. My opening foursman's match with Henrik Stenson was a surprise pairing. I was due to play with Colin Montgomery, and on Monday night, Colin actually stopped me as we were leaving the boardroom and said, David, you're my man. That being said, when we lost 6-5 to Clark and Westwood the following morning, I didn't see Colin Montgomery for the rest of the week. So there was clearly a change of plan, and the plan was me and Henrik Stenson. We gelled brilliantly. Henrik played, he was like the Iceman, as you would expect.
Cracking game. So that finishes all square.
Back with Paul Casey in the next match. Again, foursomes golf Saturday afternoon. Felt like slipping on an old pair of shoes. We were going well. I think we were already starting to feel like we might win this Ryder Cup as a team. And then lo and behold, would you believe it, we get to the par 3 and he pops it in the hole. One of the most beautiful medium iron shots I've ever seen. Absolute flush out the middle.
Good looking shot.
Oh my goodness.
What a way to end a match. So we shook hands on the tee, and that was really sweet. So 2 for 2 for Paul and I, done in fantastic style. It was amazing.
Oh goodness, what a way to finish a match.
Sunday singles, I played Brett Wetterick. He had a couple of great years to force his way into the team. And there was a great energy around the K Club on Sunday. It was a matter of time till we were going to win.
Oh dear. The Europeans have pulled quite a few shots from off the green this week. There's another one. How?
And boy, did it pan out nicely for me.
He's had a birdie at 11, a birdie at 12. And he's got this for a birdie at 13. Good pace putt. Isn't that amazing? He is one of the great putters on the European Tour.
And I ended up in a situation, I was 4 up with 5 to play, as I recall. And I had a great tee shot to the par 3.
Going straight at the flag.
And I hit the sweetest putt you've ever seen. Perfect line, bang in the centre. Arms aloft, sweetest moment of my life.
That putt retains the trophy.
14 points now for the Europeans. They need the half. Now he gives it to Clark, which guarantees a victory in the 36th Ryder Cup for the Europeans.
I was part of two hugely successful sides, perhaps the most successful ever. I only played a small part, but it was a part. I lived my dream. That will live with me forever. Absolutely best times of my life.
Mighty, mighty Europe. We are Europe.
You know what? They're not wrong. It is the mighty Europe right now.